Okay, good morning students. So in this session we are going to discuss about the third unit, introduction about digital sensors. So the complete third unit is divided into two topics. Those are digital sensors and smart sensors. So in the first part, digital sensors, we are going to discuss about the following topics: positional encoders, incremental position encoders, absolute position encoders. And other type, variable frequency sensors, quad digital thermometers, vibrating cylinder sensors, SAW sensors, digital flow meters, and there are some sensors based on the MOSFET transistors and charge coupled sensors. So first, before going to discuss about the all these topics of digital sensors, first we will try to see what is digital sensor, what are the advantages of digital sensors over analog sensors. As already in the first unit, while discussing about the classification of sensors, we have discussed about the depending upon the output, the sensors are classified as analog sensors and digital sensors. So these digital sensors nowadays, the presence of using the digital sensors in the information system or in measurement and control system is more. Okay, so almost all the information system is using digital. So we can see that nowadays the complete world is converted into digitalization. So there is a lot of advantage we are having by using these digital sensors. So compared to analog sensors, these digital sensors can provide a higher and improved performance. They can be easily designed and we can use very easily. And the maintenance for those sensors is also very easy. They are having high reliability. Very small devices, you can get very small IC for digital sensors, and it is very rugged device. And in the point of power consumption also, it is consume very less amount of power, whereas it is taking only two digits, either zeros or ones, or sometimes we will take only two conditions, that is 1 or 0. In generally in output devices or in input sensors, we are using some push buttons and some digital and sensing. So these digital sensors using the microprocessor technology, microprocessors, which reads only digital output of sensing port, and it can provide all the calculations required, all the processing required. Okay, so these digital sensors provides measurement as well as collection of data. So whenever it is going to measure, and also it can store the data and collect the data for future purpose. Whereas analog sensors require separate calibrated meters to measure the signal, whereas in this case it is not required. So these are some advantages. So we can easily transfer data. Okay, the simplification, the performance will be really increased. We can design very simply. So like that, those are some advantages. So actually these digital sensors are classified into two classes or distinguished into two classes. The first one that provides, the first yields, that means the first one provides, the first category provides at its output a digital version of the applied analog input. So we are providing some digital analog input, that may be temperature or maybe speed or some displacement. So this first category of the digital sensors provides a complete digital version of that applied input. So as per our syllabus, the first topic we are going to discuss is positional encoders. So this comes under the first group. The first group simply converts an analog input, applied analog input, into a digital version of that input. Whereas the second group, that depending upon some physical oscillatory phenomena, that means the measurand which is going to be measured is going to provide some oscillation mechanism, and later that is converted to some modulating sensor, and later it is converted to some digital signal by some modulating sensors. So generally for that we are using some modulating light. So the sensors in this group may be also called as variable frequency sensors or quasi-digital sensors, and this group requires an electronic circuit as a signal conditioning pod in order to produce the desired digital output signal. Okay, so as per our syllabus, we are going to discuss about position encoders and variable frequency sensors. The first group, position encoders, in that again we are discussing about two topics, whereas second group, variable frequency sensors, and they are having some quartz digital thermometer and vibrating cylinder sensors. So once again we will see the actual digital sensors are divided into two types. The first one provides a digital version of the applied analog input. Second version, that depending upon some physical oscillatory phenomena, which is later transduced by conventional modulating sensor. Okay, whereas second group requires some electronic circuit as a signal conditioning element to provide the desired digital output signal. So the first topic of this unit is encoder, that is position encoder. So generally, simply, encoder is a sensor which turns a position into an electrical signal or electronic signal. Position, a simple displacement, the variation of that object from one place to other place. We can say that it is displacement. So encoder is a sensor which turns the position into a electronic signal. There are two forms of the encoders. Those are, or we can say that position encoders. There are two forms. Those are absolute encoders and incremental encoders. Absolute position encoders, incremental position encoders. Absolute encoders simply gives an absolute position value, whereas incremental encoders provide the counting of movement rather than position. How many number of movements it has taken rather than position it will provide. So this is about the just classification of position encoders. Maybe the position, we can say that the position may be measured either linear or angular position. As already we have discussed that in potentiometer, there are two types of potentiometers. Those are linear as well as rotatory. The similar way, that will be converted digital signal by using encoders. Again, there are also two types, linear as well as rotatory encoders. Linear encoders converts linear position into electronic signal, whereas rotatory or rotary encoders converts rotary position into electronic signal. So in that first one, incremental position encoder. So what is the incremental position encoder? That we will see. So the basic principle of this incremental position encoder is generation of a repetitive waveform, a repeating waveform that can be used to monitor the input motion. That means if you are going to produce, you are going to measure some displacement of an object, or that may be linear or rotational. So that will be used, the displacement is used to generate a symmetric and some repeating waveform. The repeating waveform may be a sinusoidal waveform or square waveform. So that is the basic principle. The measurand is going to be converted to some symmetric and repetitive waveform. So for that, the basic components of these incremental encoders are light source, light shutter system, light sensor, and signal conditioning electronics. So we need to produce light, and then we are having the shutter system that is used to modulate the light, and then other side we are having the light sensor, and after that, by receiving the signal, when we are having, then we are going to have some signal conditioning part. So all these components will be assembled and will be housed to various mechanical assemblies, either rotatory or linear in design, depending upon the type of position, whether it is linear or rotation. So the same thing, these components will be housed and assembled to various mechanical assemblies, either rotary or linear in design, depending upon how motion will be carried, how motion will be monitored. The encoder's mechanical part that input operates the light shutter which modulates the intensity of light as the sensor that is acting as the first light source. Then we have this mechanical part that operates the light shutter, modulates the intensity of the light, that we will see in the diagram also. The sensor's electrical output is a function of incident light. So the encoder's electrical output is produced from the sensor output by signal conditioning electronics, and can be either that may be a sine wave or maybe shaped square wave or a series of equally spaced pulses produced at regular intervals. Okay. So generally this incremental and position encoders can produce an output which is a pulse signal that is generated when the transducer disc rotates as a result of the motion that is being measured. For example, when I want to measure a motion of the rotation of the shaft that is connected to the disc, okay, the disc can provide output signal, output pulse signals. How means that we will see that is consisting of some light source and shutter and light sensor. So that is going to produce some pulses. So by number of the amount of rotation depending upon the number of pulses produced is depending upon the number of rotations of the particular disc, that is depending upon the shaft. So on that concept we are going to measure the angular positions. So here if you observe, this is nothing but a light shutter. This is used to modulate the light. So here this is called as what is called transparent. This white part is called as transparent. This is called as opaque part, which cannot transmit the light, and this part can transmit the light. This is called as what is called transparent. So here we are having the two types of plates. One is stationary plate, and the other one is the moving plate. And when the moving plate is moving in this direction, when these transparent parts are coincide, and when the light emitted by this light is passing through this transparent, and that will be detected by the light sensors. When it is passing through this opaque part, that will observe the light, that will not, you can say that will reject the path, that will not transmit the light from moving plate to stationary plate. So when the light is passing through this transparent path, then the light sensors will sense. So the depending upon the movement, if the light is falling like this, as the light is passing through the once it is passed through this transparent, next obstruction, next again transparency, obstruction, like that the sensor will receive the light in the form of pulses. The number of pulses are depending upon the displacement. As we know that the transparent and these are equidistant. For example, if it is having 10 opaque and transparent paths for on 10 centimeters, and if it is producing 20 pulses, then you can say that 20 centimeters of distance displacement of position is taking place. That means the number of pulses can reflect the amount of displacement, that is depending upon the number of these opaque and transparent paths, that is already they are fixed. So that's why by depending the number of completely the number of pulses can provide the displacement or position. So generally this is the principle of linear and rotatory incremental position encoders. If in the case of linear, it is having like this a coupling. For example, if you want to measure the displacement of this object, that is coupled to this particular encoder, which consisting of slits. I can say that this is called a slit. The slit is nothing but which allows the passage of light. That I can say that transparent, where this is called as opaque. That means that can obstruct the light path. So this is having the equal number and with equidistant slits. Okay, all are having equidistant. For the in case of rotatory, we are having this one. So in the next class onwards, we will see the exact construction and of this in detail about this incremental, as well as next we'll go for the absolute encoders.